Hello YouTube, this is Carrie, and tonight I have a life update to share. So basically tonight I got an answer to the burning question of whether I am actually stealth at work or whether it's just that people notice but don't care. And basically what spurred me to actually want to question this is that my favorite manager at work just left, and as he was leaving, as I was giving him a goodbye hug, he said to me, "For what it's worth, Carrie, I would hire you anywhere that I worked. You're a great dealer. You've got a great personality. I would absolutely hire you anywhere." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." But it kind of stuck in my head. It's like, wait a minute, why would he say that? Like, would he say that to somebody who he knew was just cis? That seems like kind of a weird thing to just say to some woman. And admittedly, I talk about trying to have self-confidence on my videos, but really I can see every one of my, male-ish features when I look in the mirror. I'm not stupid. I know that I don't look completely like a cis woman. So I was curious, and tonight I actually got a chance to have an answer to that question, because recently at work, a supervisor just started who was actually also one of my supervisors in Cleveland. So I actually took the opportunity while there was nobody around to ask her. I said, I'm curious, do people here not know that I'm trans, or do they just notice but don't care? And, well, here's the answer that I got. She basically said, people don't care. And so she actually gave me the lowdown on this. Apparently, well, number one, part of the reason for this is because I didn't move far enough away. Like, I used to be in Cleveland, and my new job and my new house is like less than 3 hours away. So one of the dealers that I worked with in Cleveland works with me still, and a lot of the players go to both casinos. So, a lot of people who knew me before followed me there. So apparently she said that, it had kind of gotten through the grapevine that apparently in Cleveland I used to go by a different name and a different gender. And some people know. Like, the supervisor that left, he did actually ask her when he came in, like, he was curious. I think that's about the level that I'm at with most people, is that, they notice that some of my features are kind of male-ish, so they're curious if I might be trans, but they're not sure. So he actually did ask outright, and she said, and she confirmed it. She said, yes, I was going by the name Charlie back in Cleveland, and I was presenting as male. And, mainly she said that he was just curious how long it had been. That seemed to be a common question, is, people are just curious, like, well, how long have you been transitioned? And are you pre-op or post-op? And that seemed to be their primary interest. Like, I can tell you absolutely from personal experience, nobody cares. Like, people constantly call me sweetheart, they're nice to me, they're sweet to me, and that comment that I got from my manager as he was leaving means so much now. I don't know. I was expecting that I'd be more depressed if I found out that I wasn't completely passing, that people were still curious about whether I was trans, but surprisingly, with how great I'm being treated there, it's actually almost more affirming that they do know. Because, I kind of get into a lot of self-hatred when I see features that I believe are making me be clocked as trans, because I'm afraid that those features mean that people are judging me. And, I'm afraid that it means that people are seeing me as a lesser person. Especially since online, like, every time, being trans comes up, the immediate comment is, "Rar, you will always be a man, you are a freak, yada, yada, yada." So, I was really scared and, dealing with some internalized transphobia on, if people at work knew that I was trans, were they therefore like judging me behind my back, saying mean things about me, and like scoffing and belittling my femininity behind my back? Nope, apparently not. Apparently they know, well, some of them know, and yet they really don't care. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to make this video is, I have so much self-hatred over being afraid that I'm not pretty and not cis-like enough for anybody to accept me, where apparently I never needed to be, like, I guess now I can say that I'm proof that you can be trans and people can even know that you are trans and it doesn't matter. Not as well, I mean, obviously it does matter because I got fired from 2 jobs due to gender dysphoria, but apparently that's not the be all end all. I'm just so flattered that like everybody at this job is so nice to me. And again, not everybody knows that I'm trans. You know, I'm definitely still stealth to at least about half of the people there, but the supervisors do know and a few of the players do know, just because word has gotten around through the grapevine. And again, well, what can I say? You know, it's pretty affirming to know that I don't have to be so ashamed of my appearance flaws, and I don't have to be so ashamed of who I am, you know. People are actually, you know, not just focusing on the stigma of that word transgender, and they're still able to see, you know, that I'm a nice person and personable and friendly, and it feels pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to share that story and, you know, actually to kind of hopefully inspire some people, because I know that in the trans community, passability, everybody says, is everything. You know, everybody's always on about how life is so much easier if you're 100% passable, and everybody assumes that you're cis. Well, now I can say that as somebody who people did suspect was transgender and yet they really don't care, feels good. And it's not a death sentence if you don't pass completely. So yeah, take a look at me. I definitely have wide shoulders. I'm 6 feet tall. I have a somewhat male-ish face, chin, and brow, and I think my hairline is the big thing that probably gives me away. Just, I did have some hair loss before starting hormones. So this is a message to everyone out there. Even if you are visibly trans and not passing completely as cis, it's not a death sentence. The people that matter will still be able to see the wonderful personality underneath, and your smile and your kindness and your... So yeah, have confidence. You are all beautiful and wonderful. Don't let any negative opinions about your own appearance or the opinions of idiotic internet trolls who don't even know you in real life get to you. All right? Thank you. Bye. Glad we were able to have this chat.